Why do you think we're not taught to love ourselves? The big question really though is, can you actually be taught to love yourself? Or is this something that you actually have to figure out by yourself? This is actually quite interesting, as after doing this video, my whole perspective on loving yourself completely changed. What do you think?
You are not born hating yourself. You are not born thinking you're ugly.
You can be taught. You can be taught how to love yourself, but it's more on how resilient are you, like when you go out there, like, you are taught to love yourself. Like your parents teach you how to love yourself, your family teaches you how to love yourself. But when you're outside, I think the world sort of has a huge impact or influence on that in a way where it starts to, there's like a how can I say, like a standard or of beauty where you have to look a certain way.
It's actually so deep because this is not even all about us. Everything really starts from your family, from how you are raised, what you see, how you are treated.
I don't think it's done deliberately. I think it is our parents, but they're giving us the best that they've got. Like I think they've just gone through exactly what we're sold.
I think parents do play a big role in this situation. I think if your parents never told you that they loved you or that you're beautiful or all those things, I do think it's important for you to hear your parents say that to you.
It's not that they did not teach us to love ourselves. It's just the way they taught us was different, and it was for us to kind of figure out other stuff on our own,
I think there's two sides to the reason why people aren't taught to love themselves. And the first is capitalism. They won't have any, they can't sell us anything unless we think we need it.
Take the example of women nowadays. It's very normal for females to shave, and this actually was not a thing up until I think the 40s or 50s. Businesses have told us that in order for females to look beautiful, you need to shave or you're ugly.
And the other thing then is that I think because we're always taught from a really young age to think about other people, be kind and all this kind of thing. It's really drilled into us to make sure that everyone else is okay. And this kind of caretaker attitude of society.
Societal pressures, societal expectations. So that was what was embedded in me, that, you need to be a good wife, you need to learn how to cook properly. This is what women should do and everything. So they kind of just look at they focus more on the end goal of things, rather than the steps on how to get there.
Actually, I would definitely say, I think a turning point for a lot of people, especially teenagers, is when you've realized that your parents are just human, and they are just exactly like anybody else.
We need to look back and not just, we need to also look back. So our parents did do a good thing as well. They passed on stuff.
It's a fact that we're born into the world with two fears, and that's the fear of falling and the fear of a loud bang or a loud noise. Every other fear, we kind of inherit and we make for ourselves.
As I think of us as humans, we're like shapeshifters. It's when you watch a movie and you start to act out the characters, and it's you put on this persona, and when you meet a new person and you like them, you think, oh, they look cool, and you start to act like them. It's we change so much.
What would you say to your younger self? If you could say anything to your younger self, everybody, what would you say to your younger self right now?
Life is going to be really hard. Sometimes.
Look out for number one. It's like, you know, take the time to look after yourself. Don't worry about other people. They should be doing that themselves. It's not your job to look after them.
We're all gonna die.
Love yourself. Don't take anything like from anybody else. Do your own thing.
Be authentically her.
You know, go with your heart. Don't let anybody else's opinions change your decisions.
Be happy, regardless of what goes on around her, influences, to just be her and to follow her gut and to never doubt herself.
And yeah, just don't be afraid to do things, because of, like, I think that embarrassment of doing what you want to do just because, you know, oh, other people are going to laugh at me for that, you know, fuck that. Like, start the blog, you know.
Don't be afraid to be yourself, different, because at the end of the day you are different. Like, so yeah, that's all I would say to little me.
Be careful with the people you're hanging around with, because not everybody is there for a good reason.
Don't be too quick to grow up, okay? Just remain that little girl for as long as you can, because really you're not missing out on anything. Everything's just so boring anyways.
Put down that makeup. You are beautiful. Without or with makeup, you're still pretty. You don't need to wear all that makeup every single day. You might have acne on your skin, but that does not define who you are.
Never, ever, ever ignore the red flags. They're there because you know what's good for you.
The most important thing to remember is when you are on your deathbed, the worst thing you can have is a life of regret.
Thank you guys so much and have a really good day, okay?